Well, good afternoon. At least it's afternoon for me. Thanks for watching my budget watch review. I am going to show you, and I'm going to look over my shoulder, the Pagani. Now, this one says a 2023, but I clearly bought this watch more than 2 years ago. And it's a kind of a Black Bay 58 homage. And I wanted to pull it out, take a look, see what you think. Model number PD-1691. And it's kind of unique. Let me just show it here. You know, for the like 1 and 2 markers, they're square boxes. A lot of these kind of things. And then it's got a crosshatch kind of dial. This one's in blue. It's got this red ring around the crown, which is still being offered. When you go online, it's still being offered. But you've got to look at this watch and say, hey, it's got the date function. Let's go over the specifications. It's 14.5 thick. So it's a little on the chunky side. The dial works fine. It's not too hard or too stiff. It lines up well. The one thing I do notice is I don't know if they've done enough coating on the glass. It sometimes just seems a little harder to read. And it's not necessarily the indices, but it's just looking at the dial. Just going directly to the dial. It does have nice hands and it does look good. And you can really see the date window really clear, which is all good. Let's go with the diameter. This is a 42 millimeter, which I love 42 millimeter watches. I do think they have their own. I think that's a size. I know some people think it's too big, but I like the 42s. The crown does look interesting, being that with a red highlight on it. Now this watch comes in lots of different colors, lots of different shades of dials, depending on what you're looking for. I will put up on the screen some of the options that you have. But it is a sapphire crystal. It's an automatic movement, but I believe it's Pagani's design. Here, let me just, the clasp actually is fairly good. See if I can get that in focus. Stainless steel, 100-meter water resistance. I believe it's their own automatic movement. It's well built, and you can tell I had it a little while. It is not buffed up. But I thought I would show this one. This is kind of a new, it's come back out, and I think a lot of individuals like this type of watch. And yeah, it's not bad. Now, when it comes to dive watches, there's a lot on the market. This was one of my first purchases. I'm not so sure it was my best purchase, but it didn't turn me away from ordering a lot more Pagani's over time. And the watch, I think, its popularity has gone up. You can catch this watch for about $140. Watch for a sale, you could get it for less. But I think it's a pretty good watch. So there's a quick review of the Pagani. I would say it is a nice watch, but it's probably not my preferred diver. And I do think the crystal needs some coating to be a little clearer, would have been a little sharper. Sometimes looks a little foggy. It just doesn't look as clear. Like trying to read that Pagani design can be a little difficult. Hope you've enjoyed this review. It's a quick review of my Pagani. It's a PD-1671, and the bandwidth is a 22 millimeter if you're interested in that. But the band is better than some of like the Moon's Watch band is not as good as this band. This band is really pretty good. Hope you've enjoyed the Pagani review. Thanks for watching.